It's a surprise to many. After decades of saving, taxes in retirement can take a big bite out of your nest egg. So what can be done to prepare for this often overlooked challenge? Joining me now is Ed Wright, a partner at Golden Reserve, a Cincinnati area financial retirement planning firm. And Ed, it's so great to have you back. Let's talk about the big picture here. Why do you think so many retirees overlook tax strategies when it comes to preparing for retirement? Because it is about strategy, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's so easy when it comes to taxes to think about, oh, I got to get my W-2 together. I got to get these 1099s in. I've got to get these documents together that I give to my tax person. They prepare my tax return, and then we go, oh, you know, you dust it off, I'm done with taxes. And a lot of folks looking forward and thinking about next year, not even a thought. They just forget about it and say, oh, I got to do this again next year. And so there's not a lot of planning that's going into it or forward looking on how can I reduce my tax bill in the future? Yeah,
you got to stay on it, I guess. Are there any consistent sort of missteps that you're noticing that retirees are making?
Yeah, and again, it just comes back to not having a plan on how I might be able to reduce tax. I mean, the biggest, cheat out there is you gotta pay the tax, right? We're not gonna avoid paying tax on these IRAs and 401ks that we have.
Right.
The game is you decide when to pay it, and don't just let Uncle Sam drive the bus.
Right. Don't ever want that to happen, I don't think. We often hear about penalties that feel like a sneak attack. So what are some specific tax-related penalties that retirees really need to watch out for?
Yeah, so if you do, and it's easy to do, right? Who wants to pay any more tax in any one year?
Right.
Right. We want to keep our tax bill to a minimum. We take out the minimums, we do the frugal thing and try to make sure we don't overspend or pay any more tax. And that's what Uncle Sam hopes you do, because he knows that he's got penalties written into the tax code where if somebody passes away, that surviving spouse, maybe we call it the widow's penalty, they can pay twice as much, or if the money ultimately ends up going to a beneficiary or the kids, you can get hit with that kiddo's penalty where he could end up getting 3 times as much of your hard-earned dollars. And the worst thing ever is that you're gone. You're not there to complain about it, and the kids are happy to get 50 or 60% of something that they didn't earn.
Wow. Yeah, interesting. So let's get to some solutions now. What are some ways that retirees can potentially reduce the tax liability? What do you think?
The trick is really to pay the tax, but take advantage of your low retired income or take advantage of some of these opportunities. And so having a proactive plan on when and how you can take it out is going to be the best way to make sure that you minimize what does go to the government.
Okay, Ed, can you maybe walk us through how your IRA tax plan works and how it might help in retirement planning?
Yeah, so we have a team of CPAs that we'll work with internally, and we can look at how much money you have in the 401ks, IRAs, all of these accounts that you owe tax on, and say, okay, what would we pay? And then what would a proactive approach look like? And is there a savings to be had taking advantage of your situation? We just had somebody come in. They used to work at Procter & Gamble. They had saved up to about $1 million in their 401k there, the profit sharing plan. They were going to pay close to $350,000 in tax with the Uncle Sam's plan, but with the proactive approach, we should be able to save them at least $175,000 in taxes alone, taking advantage of their situation in retirement.
Yeah, and that is a big savings too.
Yeah.
So let's talk about when it comes to your roadmap for retirement, how does that really fit in for preparing for retirement?
Yeah, so the IRA tax plan is one part of the roadmap for retirement that we think all retirees should have. I mean, you need a roadmap to get through retirement. The other things that we add to that roadmap, there's the tax piece, but we've got a market risk report that tells them how much risk they're taking. We've got a fee report that tells them how much they're paying in fees. We've got a long-term care plan that says, hey, how do we handle the end-of-life nursing home expenses, things like that we're going to be hit with. And then an income forecast that's going to say, hey, how much money are we going to be able to spend every year so that you can actually enjoy your retirement and not just be afraid to spend your dollars.
Yeah, I like that roadmap because it does make you think about everything. All right, Ed, well, thanks so much. And for you at home, if you want to learn more about minimizing your taxes and maximizing your retirement, and who doesn't, Ed has a great offer for you. Right now, for the first 5 calls callers with a portfolio of $500,000 or greater. He's offering a complimentary roadmap for retirement. Now, this is going to allow Ed's team of retirement planners to create your IRA tax plan, fee analysis, long-term care plan, market report, and income forecast. And they'll do all of this work for no charge or obligation. It's just that important. Call 513-912-4335. Again, that number is 513-912-4335.